Amanpreet, the qualification score of 586.
Can you share this so I can take? I will write now.
I'm going to share the screen in the next few seconds. Before that, I'm going to announce once again for the viewers on Facebook.
Okay.
We have the top 8 finalists for air pistol. Amanpreet Singh, World Cup silver medalist in 2017 with a score of 586. Cesar Rizvi, the former world number 1 in 2018, and he's also a gold medalist at the World Cup Mexico, 579. Gaurav Rana with a score of 579, is member of the Indian shooting team. Then we have Emilia from Scotland with a score of 571. Claudia Palanki from Hungary with a score of 568. Anish Bhanwale from India, 569. Lucy Evans from Scotland, 566. And Laszlo Hegedus at 563. These are the finalists for the air pistol, which will begin shortly.
So I think that Laszlo and Veronica is same score, 563.
Yes, they are in same score, and 17 or 11 inner tens. This makes the difference.
Okay, fine.
So just to explain to the viewers what happened is, because a lot of viewers were following Veronica's performance very closely. Veronica and Laszlo, both from Hungary, shot an identical score of 563, but due to higher inner tens by Laszlo, he has made it to the final. And Veronica has taken the 9th place.
So for the non-shooters, let me just explain it you what is inner tens and what is X. The number of X is denoted as the inner 10. So for the air pistol, so 11.4 millimeter is the size of the 10th ring or the bullseye, 10 meters away. So you need to shoot all the shots. Your target is to shoot all the shots inside that 10th ring. But then there is still a smaller ring inside that 10th ring, which is almost the half the size of that ring, which is called an X or the inner 10. So even if you're shooting identical scores, more inside the 10th ring, which touches that half ring of the 10th ring, is called X or inner 10. So that is how you break the tie. And in this case, both the shooters had identical score of 563. Unfortunately, one had to fall out because of lesser inner tens.
So everyone is ready?
Yes, sir.
So your 5-minute preparation and starting time. Start. Joy, can you announce we will give 5-minute preparation and starting time? So after 4 minutes 30 seconds, command will be 30 seconds.
Yes,
so no one going to, yeah, please.
So the command start for the practice and sight, which is called sighters in shooting terms, has started. Deepak sir has already mentioned that they will get 5 minutes of training or preparation time or practice time or sighters, wherein at the moment where 4 minutes 30 seconds, a command will be giving 30 seconds warning. So in that 30 seconds, you're not supposed to load anymore. You need to release whichever shot you have loaded, and you cannot shoot after the 5 minutes stop is given. So after the stop is given, if you shoot, you get a penalty of 2 points deducted from whichever like mode you were shooting. But in this case, as you were shooting in sighters, you will not be deducted any fighters or practice. That is eligible, but for the match command, definitely it will be deducted from your score. I think Shah has got his camera not placed in the right place. He's yet to get ready, in fact, losing out on time. Anish Bhanwala, the teen prodigy, shooting at his home, cat simulator. The green worm snake travels inside the target. The black part is the traces, we call it. That is exactly the same uh, point where your pistol is aiming right now. So you can see the whole lot of traces which is wriggling inside the black target, the green part. Lucy Evans from Scotland, shooting nines. The last shot was a 10, which can be seen like a yellow spot inside. So you can see that now you can see clearly after the 8th, there is a ring wherein there is no number written. That is the 9th ring. And the smaller ring is 10, where the yellow spot is touching, that is a 10. And the most small, the smallest of the rings is the 10x, or the inner 10, almost half the size of the 10th ring.
On your screen, you can see the shots by the former world number 1, Shehzad Rizvi of India. Shooting. His shots are going slightly on the left.
There you can see he puts some clicks to calibrate his shots towards the center of the target. We can see his pistol holding arm only, and the corner of his towel where it is written success.
Sighters.
I think there is a little bit of technical issues with Gaurav target. It's yet to set. But as it goes, you won't be given any more time for your sighters or practice time. When the designated time is over, you need to change over the match target, and you have to shoot scores which will be counted. Amanpreet Singh, World Cup medalist, with his bright red pistol, aiming through the corridor at his home. Deepak, mute hai.
Yes, Deepak. You were saying something.
Please, please tell all shooters so that they can make their screen in competition match timing.
Did you say stop? Because we didn't hear it. It was mute.
Okay. Yeah, I said stop. So sighting time is over. So we can go for the match timing.
So at the corner of the target, the right hand upper corner, If you see a diagonal band, it is the sighters or the practice, and when it vanishes, it is match. Now you can see all the targets without the diagonal band at the right top corner. So the targets are ready to receive match shots.
That's the target of Laszlo Hegedus from Hungary. It's on match now.
I am
So,
shooting on the
shooter-
sighter targets because it will show the final scores.
That's Aman
It will show the total on sighters. So that's why I'm shooting final on the sighters.
No, we will first take 12 shot.
Hmm.
Total score of 12 shot. Then
Okay.
we will take shot by shot. Every 2 shot will count. Likewise, we'll go to the 24 shot. So
अभी मैं
first
मैच पे लगा के
elimination will
रखूं
be,
या ऐसे ही रहने दो साइटर्स पे?
मैं मैच में लगाऊं.
अच्छा, मैंने कहा इसमें टोटल स्कोर आता रहेगा ना साथ में.
मैच में लगा दो, मैच में आ जाएगा, वो काउंट हो जाएगा बाद में.
चलो ठीक है.
ओके.
So shooters, you will get 4 minutes 10 seconds for the first competition series, followed by second competition series, and then shot by shot with the command 50 seconds.
Okay.
So your first competition series, load, start.
Four minutes, 10 seconds. That's the time you get to shoot 5 shots. You cannot be late or you miss out on a whole shot. That's the first shot, I think, from Rizvi, Indian shooter. From Laszlo, it's a 10. It's an inner 10, excuse me. Amanpreet, a 9.8 or a 9.9. Claudia with a 10. Gaurav with the 10 as well.
Rizvi hits a 9 on his second shot.
If you can see the target of Shahzar, the earlier shots were in the 10 o'clock position where he gave clicks or adjustments or recalibrated his sights, but now it has gone to the opposite side. That is 4 o'clock. Usually the shooter notes a shot, assuming the target is a dial of a watch, and by direction is noted by clocks. So if you shoot above the target, it is a 12 o'clock. Below the target, it's a 6 o'clock. Towards the left is a 9 o'clock, and towards the right will be a 3 o'clock.
That's a 9 by Laszlo Hegedus of Hungary on his third shot. Once again, for the viewers on the Facebook page, we are having a 12-shot first round, after which the first shooter will be eliminated. And then every 2 shots, a shooter will be eliminated till the time we find our winners.
49.2.
A lot of shooters from around the world are watching this live on our Facebook page of indianshooting.com. And I also request them to share it on their timelines so that sport reaches to more people.
It is also for our viewers to know that Indian shooting has been recently doing very well, and not only in terms of performance, but it is about the popularity of the sport in the country also, which has swelled phenomenally. I think that's only discipline in the country across all disciplines that national championship is participated by 7,500 shooters. Arguably the one of the most participated competition nationwide, or maybe in the world. You can see Amelia
Stop.
has 5 shots.
For the next competition series, load.
That's Lucy
Start.
Webb from Scotland on your screen. The British Open winner of 2020. Here's the plans. And her compatriot, Emilia Faulkner, she had won a gold in Denmark Open 2020. Two shooters from Scotland in today's final.
While some viewers might be thinking that whether cheering or making sound or noise or music is allowed during shooting, I would like to say yes, it is allowed, and there is a story behind it as well. In 2012 London Olympics, during the first match, which was the air rifle, there was a lot of crowd who were cheering the shooters or booing the shooters, making a lot of noise in the spectator gallery. And then there was some question arising that whether it was allowed or not, because everywhere before that, the shooting range, there were clear notices put up that silence and no flash photography. But during the meeting that evening, there was some revelation from the Olympic Committee and the ISSF. There was no rule, there was no such rule in the ISSF rule book which mentioned that the shooting range has to be a. From there, everything changed, and people were allowed to cheer for the shooters. They made noise, music was played. ISSF, the International Shooting Sports Federation, introduced a playlist, an official playlist, which is played during the finals and during the qualification in international matches as well as national matches as well now.
Talking about the ISSF playlist, Joy, I think they need to consider that there is a lot of youth involved in the sport. All the songs in the playlist are from youths. You agree, Mehuli?
I wish they changed their playlist.
We would definitely like the youth to contribute towards it. I think they need to give their voice to it, and I think they can update the list from time to time so that it remains relevant, and it doesn't introduce boredom.
Yeah, because most of the songs in the ISSF are from 80s. Probably they need to do it, take the latest ones which the teenagers are fond of.
And I think it needs to be updated from time to time. It needs to change from time to time as well, because there's a lot of emotions related to a different kind of music, which one shooter can relate to failure or success. It might work both way, but then it is also psychological that they the musical tunes and the lyrics of music which they play.
Stop. So, shooter, you have to shoot
10
now
shot.
by the command, single shot command, and you will get 50 seconds for that.
Okay.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
$100.5 था.
बताना पड़ेगा ये चीज.
For the rules of coaching and instructing a shooter during a match, the rules have changed.
Stop.
Also,
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
earlier, you were not allowed to even gesture towards your student, or a shooter cannot gesture even towards her coach. But now it is allowed, as long as it not non-verbal. You cannot make any sound from the lane or towards indicating a shooter. Then it is allowed. You can make hand gesture
1, 2,
and instruct your student,
121.4.
while no communicating device or electronic device is allowed other than a stopwatch and the electronic target,
Stop.
the firing point.
So, shooter, please tell your 12th record shot score.
तो मेरा है 120.
I think
1.4.
every shooter should
One by
unmute
one.
his
Go.
voice.
Now, Amanpreet. Amanpreet.
Yes. First 10 shot, it was 102.4, then 20.3. So it is
No, total 12.
22.7.
22.6.
Okay, Rijvi.
Amanpreet.
Rijvi.
21.4. Hello.
Then Gaurav.
Rizvi 20.
1.4.
Not 21.121 होना चाहिए Rijvi.
120. हाँ सर. 120.
Yeah. So
1.4.
tell full
12
score.
shot ka total. 12 shot ka total.
121.4.
Gaurav Rana.
Aman also total of 12
Yeah,
shots.
122.7.
1.
Emilia.
अच्छा मेरे को.
फिर भी एक बार रिपीट करके कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Claudia.
117.
Shimon, can you hear that? Claudia 1.
117.
117 point. Yeah, okay. Gaurav Rana.
108.6.
Okay, Anish.
116.2.
Lucy.
119.9.
Laszlo.
118.
118 point.
118.2.
Okay. Emilia. Shimon, please ask. How much it comes by your device?
Coach Chauba, can you help us with Emilia's putting on a paper target?
Yeah. She have device some scoring earlier, so she can.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I try.
I made a mistake. Mine's actually 117.9, not 119.9.
So, Emilia, what is the score?
This is the target. I'm not sure what the
Emilia, we cannot hear you. Can you please write down in the chat the result?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, thank you.
117.9 by Emilia. We also need to confirm Shazar Rizvi's score once again and Gaurav Rana.
Sir, 121.4.
121.4.
Yes, sir.
Shazar and Gaurav 108.6. Gaurav, can we have a look at your screen?
Something went wrong with the Gaurav, I think. So he's low scoring.
Yes, sir. My line is dead completely.
Okay. So how you will compete then? So you are the now lowest scorer. So Joy, please.
Can you, Deepak, can you confirm?
Yeah. Yes. Amanpreet 122.7.
Okay.
Rizvi 121.4.
120.
1.4.
Rizvi is 121.4.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Then Gaurav Rana is 108.6.
Okay.
Emilia is 117.9.
Okay.
Claudia 117.0.
Okay.
Anish 116.2.
Okay.
Lucy 119.9.
Okay.
I'm 117.9.
117.9.
Yeah.
That's an honest shooter, Lucy. That's a very, very honest.
117.9. Okay. Then last low is 118.2.
118.2.
Yes. So you can share the screen for Joy.
Sharing the screen.
Here we have the scoreboard after the 12th shot. Amanpreet Singh takes the lead with a 122.7. In the second position is Shahzar Rizvi from India, 121.4. In the eighth position, where we have to say goodbye, unfortunately, to Gaurav Rana of India, takes the eighth place, being eliminated right now. Very closely is in the third place, 118.2, fourth place, 117.9, sixth place.
That was Gaurav Rana, the member of Indian shooting team. Thank you, Gaurav, for your participation.
We have two shooters of Scotland, Emilia and Claudia, and Lucy, which they are tied on a similar score of 117.9 at the fourth place. We can continue with the shots now. Who will be eliminated next? Seventh position will be eliminated after the 14th shot.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
While watching the air rifle final, let me tell you some technical things about the rifle for the viewers of Facebook Live and, of course, the non-shooters here.
That's a 10.0 on the 13th shot by Laszlo.
A rifle is held in a standing position by a shooter. The point of contact are 4. The left hand palm.
Stop.
Right shoulder.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
Right hand grip and the cheek. While in the pistol shooting, there's only one point of contact, that is your right hand. A wonderful grouping again from Shahzar.
10.0 by Shahzar Rizvi.
40. All last four shots have been 10 for Rizvi, the former world number 1 shooter from India.
Stop. Shooter, please say your last two shot. Amanpreet.
19.5.
20.5.
No, short, single shot.
9.5 and 10.0.
9.5, 10.0. Okay. Then Rizvi.
10.5, 10.0.
20.5. Okay. Then Emilia.
10.4, 10.0.
10.5, 10.0.
No, 10.4 and 10.0.
Okay. 10.4, 10.0.
Yes.
So 20.4. Claudia.
9.4 and 9.6.
9.4, 9.6, 19.0. Anish.
Another friend.
10.2 and 9.7. 19.9.
Then Lucy.
9.6. 9.5.
Say again.
9.6 and 10.5.
9.6, 10.5, 20.1. And Laszlo.
10.0 and 9.0.
So 19.0. Shimon, can we quick check?
Yes, please. Amanpreet.
Aman, 19.5. Rizvi, 20.5.
20.5, yes.
20.5 total हो गया.
And Rizvi, 20.5.
Okay.
Emilia, 20.4.
$20.4, Emilia.
Then Claudia, 19.0.
Okay.
Then Anis, 19.9.
$19.9 by Anish.
And Lucy, 20.1.
Lucy, 20.1.
And Laszlo, 19.0.
Laszlo, 19.0.
Yeah, so we can share the screen.
Just over with the 14th shot. And on the 14th shot, 7th shooter is eliminated. Very few the 7th shooter to be eliminated. Who's the shooter who takes the 7th position?
So Joy.
Yes, Deepak, we see the scoreboard now, and Amanpreet Singh of India still maintains the lead. The decent score of 142.2 at the end of 14th shot. In second place is Shahzad Rizvi again with a 141.9.3 decimal below Amanpreet. And in third place is Amelia Faulkner from Scotland with a score of 138. A little bit of distance from the second place. And right now, the shooter who will be eliminated is Claudia Pailanki from Hungary. And she has a score of 136.0. And for the viewers, the difference between the sixth position, who is Ali Anwala, 136.1, which is 1 decimal ahead of Claudia, who will be eliminated. Thank you so much, Claudia, and congratulations for your 6th place, 7th place in in the
Thank
next
you.
final in a better position, I'm sure. Thank you.
There we can see Anish just managing to save his position with a 0.1. Youngest Indian won a gold at the Commonwealth Games in 2018. Anish Bhanwale just managing to be in the finals.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
Just to explain to the viewers on Facebook, this is a 24-shot final. This is the way it is done in the Olympics. We have 24 shots after a 60-shot competition, with a shooter being eliminated on the 12th shot, 14th shot, 16th, 18th, 20th, 22nd, and 24th. So once 12 shots, once the 10 shots are over, after every 2 shots, a shooter is eliminated.
Shahzad, we would request you to
Stop.
on mute.
For the next competition shot, load.
Thank you.
Start.
Lucy Vance from Scotland, shooting a 9.
Stop. So, Amanpreet.
9.6 and 10.6.
Rajvi. Rajvi. Amelia.
9.6, 10.1.
Can you write also? Just message in chat.
Emilia from Scotland shoots a 9.6 and a 10.1. 9.6 and a 10.1 by the young shooter from Scotland.
Anish.
Sir, it's 20.5.
What was the shot?
10.4 and 10.1.
Okay. Lucy.
9.8 and 9.4.
While we were watching the rifle final, you saw it.
Okay. Laszlo.
9.8 and 10.0.
9.8. 10.
Shimon, I'm unable to reach Rijvi.
Okay. Let's give him a minute. Probably there's some technical issue. Shahzad.
By the time we can.
Yeah, we can cross-check the scores.
Yeah, Amanpreet 20.2.
Amanpreet 20.2.
Emilia 19.7.
Shahzad, unmute kar do.
Okay, sir.
Emilia 20.7.
Score batao.
No, Emilia 19.7.
Emilia 19.7. I need to see.
And Anis 20.5.
20.5.
Then Lucy 19.2.
Lucy 19.2.
Laszlo 19.8.
Laszlo 19.8.
So waiting for Sahar Rizvi the result.
20.2, sir.
Shahzad Rizvi shoots
20.2.
there you can see
10.3, 9.9.
20.2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can show the final result, please.
As we were watching the rifle final, you could have seen the scores were very close, but here you can see quite differences between scores. That is because the margin of error in rifle much less than the pistol. So the scoreboard here after the 16th shot, Amanpreet Singh of India with a score of 162.4 is ranked 1. In second place in hot pursuit is Shahzad Rizvi of India again with a score of 162.1, decimal 3 away from Amanpreet Singh, breathing on his neck. And third place, Emilia Faulkner of Scotland with a score of 158. In the fourth place, Lucy Evans, again from Scotland, with a score of 157.2. And in the sixth place, shooter who will be eliminated will be Anish Bhanwala of India, by the young prodigy, the teenager from India. Congratulations, Anish Bhanwala, for taking the sixth place in this top-notch final. We will definitely wish you better for the next time. Till then, bye-bye, and thank you for participating.
Thank you, sir.
That was Anish Bhanwale, the youngest shooter to win a gold at the Commonwealth Games at the age of 15, taking the 6th position. Thank you, Anish.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
.2 by Lucy Vance of Scotland.
Stop. For the next competition shot, load. Start.
.3 by the former world number 1 Shahzad Rizvi. Followed by a 10.4.
Well, it seems there's no stopping Shahzad Rizvi on hot pursuit. This thing is definitely a small amount of error can dislocate him from the first position.
Laszlo from Hungary shoots a 10.2 on his 18th shot.
Stop. Shooter, please. Amanpreet.
10.3 and 10.1.
Rizvi, 10.3, 10.4.
10.4, yes, sir.
Okay. Then Emilia. Emilia, you can
Emilia
type
is
your
9.7 and
9791.
Shimon, somehow I'm smelling a tie.
Okay. Then Lucy.
9.7.5.
Please type also in the chat room.
टोटल मुझे टोटल नहीं आ रहा है इसमें
Okay.
आना चाहिए
आएगा अभी just last.
9795. Okay. So last low.
9.0 and 10.2.
मैच करे
मैं
कैसे जब स्टॉप करोगे ना आप समझ जाएगा 60 शॉट का होगा
वो इतनी शॉर्ट टोटल है
इतने शॉट का टोटल आ जाएगा
Shimon, I couldn't hear last low 9.0 second shot.
We'll have a look at his screen. It's
10.2.
10.2 is the last shot. Laszlo, what is your 17th shot? It's 9.0.
9.0.
9.0 and 10.2.
9.0 and a
Okay.
10.2.
Okay. So Simon, please match the score. Already every shooter have given there.
Okay. Amanpreet,
Amanpreet is 20.4.
20.4.
Rizvi 20.7.
20.7.
Then Emilia 18.8.
Emilia 18.8.
Lucy 19.2.
Lucy 19.2.
And Laszlo 19.2.
Laszlo 19.2.
So you can share the final scoreboard.
There on your screen is the standing after the 18th shot.
Yes, 18 shot. Now we can see. How can I mention that whether it's the first position or the second position? Because as I was sensing a tie, Shimon, I was
Yeah, you can say same identical score.
Identical score of 182.8, 182.8. And Shankar, they are tied at the first spot right now. In the third place, Emilia with a score of 176.8. That is a whole 6 points different from the leaders. And in the danger, not I would say danger zone, but then eliminated shooter is moment let me is it's Claudia.
Laszlo.
Sorry, it's Laszlo. Sorry. It's Laszlo from Hungary. We have to say goodbye to him. Score of 176.2. 6 away from the third position, in fact. Takes the fifth place and says goodbye to us. Laszlo, congratulations, and we would find you definitely with a score next time in the final.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Some nice cheering for shooter from Hungary, Laszlo.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. So Joy, we can see very interesting score now. First and second rank, and third and fourth rank. So first and second, the same identical score, and whether is third and fourth, it is just minor difference.
Is absolutely nail biting, I would say, and somehow I feel that Shehzad Rizvi was going to overtake Amanpreet in a couple of shots, and that could be a major.
Stop. For the next competition shot, load. Start.
That's nice.
Yeah,
10.4 by the former world number one Shehzad Rizvi.
apart from a single 9.9. I think Shehzar has shot. Now that's a 9.4, and that might hurt him.
10.4 and a 9.4 by the former world number one, Shehzad Rizvi.
We have to see what Aman shoots here. There's a fierce battle between two shooters.
Stop. Amanpreet.
By Lucy Evans, 10.7.
Amanpreet 9.2 and 10.5.
I think again it's a tie.
Yes, Emilia.
Emilia 9.5 and a 9.5. Two 9.5s by Emilia of Scotland.
And Lucy?
Lucy is 9.4 and a 10.7. That was a very high 10 registered by Lucy. 10.7 is excellent for an air pistol shooter.
So, we can cross-check the score. Amanpreet is 19.7.
19.7.
And Rizvi is 19.8.
19.8.
Emilia is 19.0.
19.0.
And Lucy is 20.1.
Lucy is 20.1.
So it is very interesting. Now, who's going to confirm his and her place to the podium? Joy.
I'm sure both the Indians will be safe.
Do we have a tie? Do we have a tie in the first place again?
No, there is no tie, but I'm guessing whose three people are going to make the hip hip hooray.
Okay, that's the big question.
There on your screen is.
There we go. Just 0.1 decimal difference between Amanpreet and Shehzar Rizvi. Shehzar for the first time takes a clear lead with a score of 202.6. Behind him is Amanpreet Singh of India, again in the second place. Third place is taken by Lucy Evans of Scotland with a score of 196.5. But now, fourth place belongs to Emilia Faulkner of Scotland with a score of 195.8. Just 0.7 away from getting eliminated was Lucy Evans, but she is third place as of now. But we continue with the final, and we will see on the 22nd shot who will be the gold and silver medalist and who will be the bronze medalist.
So as we can see, there is the only 0.1 difference. So what do you think? Both are mature shooter and they are having their ranking in the world level. So let's we test next two shots.
Yes, of course. Let's bet on that.
Start.
You can hardly predict at this time. Anything can happen.
Sir, next shot start करना है नहीं?
Start.
Yes, बोला.
Okay.
Next competition shot start.
That's a 10.2 or 3 by Amanpreet.
Stop. For the next competition shot, load. Start.
0.8 by Lucy Evans of Scotland. Fight for the gold clearly between the former world number one, Shazad Rizvi, and Amanpreet Singh, the World Cup silver medalist from Delhi.
Yeah, more players.
Lucy definitely not
More
happy
breathing.
with the last shot. It was showing Shahzad shooting in 8. This is the unpredictable
Stop.
sport. This sport has got a lot to offer when you just think that it is
So,
already done.
Amanpreet.
10.1 and 9.4.
That is what
Rizvi.
to you.
10.2, 8.7.
And Lucy.
9.8 and 8.6.
This is what happens, Joy, towards the end in the finals. The pressure builds up. Mehuli, the pressure really catches up with you towards the end of the final.
Yes, definitely. And just as I said, in pistol, you can hardly predict at the last what is going to happen, because 8 can make a huge difference for even the leading player. So I think there will be a huge change in this.
So, Shimon, we have a final score.
Okay.
Amanpreet 19.5
Amanpreet 19.5.
and Seher Rizvi 18.9.
Seher Rizvi 18.9.
And Lucy is 18.2.
Lucy 18.2.
Sorry.
18.6.
No, 18.4, I think. Also 8.6 and 9.8.
18.4.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Share the screen, and then we'll announce the results.
Yeah.
Winner of bronze will be on your screen. The shooter who takes the bronze, the third spot of the podium, will be on your screen. Joy. There you have
The bronze medalist of the Online International Shooting Championship 2.0, and that is Lucy Evans of Scotland. Congratulations, Lucy. It was a wonderful shooting, and you did quite well. Last few shots were definitely not lucky, but definitely you are some shooter who is going to make some trouble for the top runners, I'm sure. Congratulations again. Thank you, and goodbye, Lucy.
Thank you.
So the first and second is again with Shahzad Rizvi and Amanpreet. That's the battle which is going to take place in the next two shots. Who is going to take the gold and who is getting the silver from here? The battle, I would say, is very neck to neck. You cannot really tell that who will take away the prize, but then for us Indians, we would say it's time to cheer. The gold and silver is going to remain in India. Definitely a big news for India, but then let's see who the individual shooter is who takes it.
So I think Lucy has become first woman to get bronze medal online competition.
Yes, absolutely. She's the first medalist.
Okay. So now we have two champions.
Last time also.
Two champion, and the difference between only 0.5. So for the next competition shot, load. Start.
These are the final two shots to decide the gold and the silver medalist of the air pistol final.
There's a lot of
We
pressure.
have Shehzar Rizvi and Amanpreet Singh, both from India.
Last shots are definitely very challenging. No doubt.
So that is what pressure you. A poor 9.1 or 9.2 from Aman. It was not expected. He didn't expect, I'm sure, about that, but then pressure is mounting. Shehzar with a 10.0.
Stop. For the next competition shot, load.
Shehzar Rizvi in the last shot now. Let us see who takes it.
Start.
You're watching the screen of the former world number one 2018 Shehzar Rizvi, a gold medalist at the World Cup in Mexico in 2018. That's Shehzar Rizvi shooting from his hometown.
10.2 from Shehzar. Let us see.
That was the last shot by Shehzar.
That's a 10.4 maybe from Aman. But will that save him? I doubt.
Have to wait for the official results.
Stop.
Official results.
So Amanpreet.
It's a 9.0 and 10.5.
9.0 and a 10.5.
And Rizvi.
It's not good enough.
Rizvi.
10.0, 10.2.
10.0, 10.2.
So it is quite interesting.
Deepak, can you check Shehzar Rizvi's
Yeah.
score?
20.2.
20.2.
And Amanpreet is 19.5.
Okay.
So it very
And
interesting.
there will be a very small difference
Let's see.
between the first and second.
I really cannot predict.
I told you, 0.2 difference between Shehzar
Crazy, that's
and
crazy.
Amanpreet.
Shehzar Rizvi takes the gold with a 241.7. Just 0.2 decimal ahead of Amanpreet Singh
Amazing.
with a score almost similar score, 140.
Congratulations to both of them and Lucy.
Congratulations to Shehzar, Amanpreet, and Lucy, all medal winners.
Amanpreet and
It was quite a fight, I can say.
this was perhaps one of the most close fought,
So Amanpreet,
final, I would say.
what you will say the 23rd shot?
Actually, I got a lot of pressure in the last few shots, but I was trying to focus on my technique. It was a bit hard. Last few shots, I guess.
So very
You
soon,
know-
Amanpreet, Shehzar, Lucy, please stay on for the press conference, and then we'll talk about all this, analyze your match performance in the press conference. So, Mehuli, did you enjoy the finals?
Yes, I did. It was quite a fight, like seriously, between Amanpreet and Rizvi. It was like amazing fight. First, Amanpreet Bhaiya was leading, and then Shehzar Rizvi Bhaiya took up the match, and he did really well. Amazing. And as Amanpreet Bhaiya said that in this online shooting also people are getting the pressure and they are hitting nines and the ranks are changing. So I think it's very good.
Excellent. That's Mehuli Ghosh, the teenage shooting sensation from Kolkata, joining us live from her house. She is the silver medalist at the Youth Olympics, silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games, bronze medalist at the World Cup. Anyway, Ghosh, thanks for joining us. But please stay on just in case anybody wants to ask a question. So now we'll have Coach Chauba. How do you analyze today's performance in the pistol finals? Or the Olympic finals?
Today's pistol match was much more higher standard than the previous leg of this competition series. It was very good qualification score, very high qualification score from Amanpreet than the other two guys. But I'm impressed with the two young ladies from Scotland. They were fighting very nice in the final. They compare with themselves. They shoot good, really good in the qualification, and they fight really nice in the final. It was good to see the young guns to do this. It is nice.
Okay, Coach Chauba, please stay on for the press conference. We are joined by Akash Dasgupta from Times of India, Tushar from Times of India, and we have some more friends, Jonathan from ESPN, and we have a couple of more media friends who follow and take keen interest in our sport. They have joined us live for first of its kind online sports press conference.
We have
Akash, right? Is this a very unique press conference happening today?
Sorry, Shimon, were you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. Do you think it's a very unique PC happening?
It is, absolutely. I mean, this is the first time that I am actually part of a press conference online. And as the shooters themselves, of course, testify, this is a unique experience for them. A lot of them, of course, shooting for a long time. But to ask shooters live questions on an online platform is definitely a first. And I wanted to ask a question. I'm not sure if Sanjeev is still on.
So Akash, before you start, also we have Tantraji Day from Sports Star. And do we have all the winners? Do we have all the winners in air rifle and air pistol? Can you please switch on your videos? Jonathan, if you can also switch on your videos so that shooters can see.
Hello.
Okay. So we start now. Akash.
Yeah, Shimon, thanks. Sanjeev, my first question was to you. Firstly, congratulations on winning the gold in the rifle event. The first question that
Thank you, Akash.
Yeah, many congratulations. The first question that I can think of right now is, I've been hearing a lot about the pressure that the shooters were going through, and it was very evident that the pressure that you guys went through was not very different from what you go through when you're shooting in a tournament with live ammunition. If you can just take us through what was going on in your head as far as the pressure situation is concerned, because this is, there was no live ammunition involved in this competition, but you could see, especially going by the scores that the shooters were shooting, that the pressure was getting to a few of the shooters. Did you also feel the pressure? Was it the same as you would feel when you're in a range shooting in a live competition?
Well, the pressure is definitely there, but it's not so high. As you can see in the live, there are a lot of people sitting behind us, cheering for us, hoping. And moreover, there is a small drawback I would like to mention that in this online shooting competition, it has taken a lot of time to conclude, which has somehow removed the kind of pressure it could have built. Can you hear me, Akash?
Sanjeev, thanks. Yes, thanks, Sanjeev. Thank you. Shimon, if I could just put in one more question, if Martin is still on. Not sure if Martin is still on.
Yes, Martin is there.
He's there. Martin, congratulations on your performance today. My question to you is about the competition, the level of competition that you faced, because again here you have shooters from across the world who are taking part, and it's a unique platform, and it's very unique to see so many shooters from across the world coming together and shooting in an online competition. What did you think of the competition?
म्यूट कर दो शहजाद.
Sorry.
Can you hear me, Martin?
Yes, now I hear you.
Just wanted to check on what you felt about the competition field, Martin, today, considering that there were so many shooters from across the world who were taking part pretty much as it is in a live competition in a range. What did you think of the competition field today?
I think this is a little bit different between this competition and the competition on the range, but there are other things what you have to fight with it. And I have also a university, and I think it's perfect for us shooter that we can do that in 2020. So we have the only chance we can shoot competitions.
Right.
Right, Akash. Did you get your answers from Martin?
Yes. I also had one more question. I mean, if someone else has a question, please please jump in. I don't want to ask all the questions right at the get-go. If anyone else has any questions, please feel free to jump in.
Santadeep De, Jonathan.
Yeah, please go ahead, whoever that was. Tushar, yeah. Hello.
Tushar, you're on
Yeah,
mute.
I think your audio is muted.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, I'm just getting warmed up. You guys have questions, please ask. I'll join you.
Okay, then I'll go. First of all, congratulations. First of all, I'm Shantadeep. I'm from Sportstar Chennai, and I'll congratulate every one of you, the winners. And my question would be, since this is a very different format, this is the second competition online. So, what do you think are the pros and cons of having a tournament like this online? You're not getting to see your competitors. It's a very different scenario altogether. You have audio bugs here. So, what was the feel like? Anyone can answer this question.
So, Martin, do you get the question?
No.
Okay. Coach Chauba, did you get the question? If you can.
Yes, I heard the question. I'm sure this is really a different psychological situation for the athletes, but this is the best what they can get now. And I would like to use the opportunity to say thank you and congratulations for the organizers and the people who are behind this competition, who are acted as referees, judges. Without them, and especially without Shimon Sharif, it is not possible to compete for the athletes during this time.
That's absolutely true, yeah.
Okay, so anyone would like to point out, what are the problems that you guys faced, while competing? Any kind of issues, maybe connectivity also.
So maybe Anish is joining us because he competed for the first time in this online edition. Anish, जो हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं स्पोर्ट्स स्टार से, वो पूछ रहे हैं कि कुछ आपने प्रॉब्लम फेस करी, कैसा लगा ये डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट, कोई प्रॉब्लम हुई, कोई कनेक्टिविटी प्रॉब्लम या कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम, कुछ ऐसा आपने महसूस करा इस ऑनलाइन कंपटीशन में? That's right?
Yeah, absolutely.
मैंने भी रेंज ऑफिशियली आपने बहुत कंपटीशन ऑर्गेनाइज करा है. मैं थोड़ा सा अभी स्कैट मैं 2 दिन से स्टार्ट किया यूज करना, तो थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी हुई, बट अदरवाइज कंपटीशन बहुत अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ है.
I think there was some
audio issues.
अमनप्रीत, आपको आवाज आ रही है हमारी? अनम्यूट आप कर दीजिए. अमनप्रीत, can you unmute?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
अमनप्रीत ये पूछ रहे थे कि आपको कैसा लगा ये मैच और कोई प्रॉब्लम, कोई कनेक्टिविटी प्रॉब्लम, कोई ऐसी चीज, कोई इशू?
नहीं नहीं, मैच बहुत अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइज कराया आपने, कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी। बट एक चीज थोड़ा फाइनल लंबा मतलब लगा, उस हिसाब से बीच में जो शॉट्स के टाइम ऑनलाइन उसकी वजह से है, वो थोड़ा सा ज्यादा लग रहा है। अदरवाइज बाकी सारी चीजें एकदम परफेक्ट है जैसे होनी चाहिए।
Right, right. That's also because of we need to use make better use of technology for finals, because everything was being done very manually since it was the first time. It was kind of an experiment. So,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, Tushar.
Also, this is, if I'm not wrong, this is the only competition where both the genders are competing against each other. This is happening, I think, after 1992, when open matches were conducted in, I think, in shotgun. So how, I mean, anyone can answer this. How does it feel to compete with the opposite gender? Because this is not happening since many, I mean, at least 3 decades. So how does it feel to compete with the opposite gender here? Does it make any difference? Because you haven't shot with them, against them, ever.
Sanjeev, if you can, if you got the question. Shooting along with women athletes.
Not so clear. What was not clear, but I think the star is asking about how does it feel like when we are competing against the opposite gender, right?
Yeah.
Because usually there are two separate categories, men and women. So
I believe that women are stronger than us, and they can very well handle the competition, and many times they have proved higher results in any event. You can take three position women event also, 10-meter air rifle women event also. If you compare the overall average scores and even the highest scores, the women have a better and a higher score. I have seen this in many competitions. So I feel they are very much can give us a good competition.
So just to add to that, Tushar, the nature of shooting is such that you are not actually, it's not a contact sport, or it's not even a sport where you're competing against, not competing one-on-one. So even if you have competitions which are mixed for both the genders, it's fair enough. So you have in Germany, you have this league called the German Bundesliga, where it's a mix of men and women in the team.
Right.
Akash, any questions? We have Mehuli Ghosh, who could not compete this time because of some technical issues, but she was very excited to see the competition today. Any questions for Mehuli? Probably she can.
I can think of one other question that I wanted to ask, and I can put that to Mehuli. Mehuli, hi. This is something that we're seeing right now, predominantly because of what's happening across the world. That everything has shut down, live sports has come to a grinding halt. But do you think this could actually set the tone for online championships in the future as well? We are of course seeing a lot of online championships happening in a sport like chess, but that is because it's very possible and they happened even before the lockdown happened as well. But when it comes to a sport like shooting, this championship like this shows that it can be done. Going ahead in the future, do you think this could actually become commonplace?
I think yes. I think in the near future, this online competition can be done. Everyone can participate in this at their home or at their range, wherever they want. And now, for now, there are some difficulties with the connection, and like the finals, it is taking longer than usual. But I am sure that in the near future, that all will be sorted out, and it will turn out in a great competition.
If I can add to it, Akash, if I can add to it,
Ajay.
yeah, what I want to say is that I think it is high time for the total shooting fraternity to come together. It is not only about India, because there's been a constant struggle regarding this sport worldwide. The popularity is going away, and in fact, worldwide, while in India, it's the other way around. The popularity is growing. But like these kind of situation actually shows us that the help of technology is so vital and important to connect people. So now, right now, Shimon is doing on a shoestring budget. Like, we don't have any sponsors, we don't have any supporters to do things like to involve technology, like complicated technology. But then what if, like, we are portraying these targets, which are like, some are Swiss made, some are Iran made, some are like Russian made, the different brands. So if they are on this online and technological computer platform, it is very easy for them to devise something which can be online connected. So they can have a single server to be connected, because we are using the same brand, we are not shooting on paper target. So for like chess, if it is on a screen processed by a CPU, it is the same way it is done in shooting as well. It is processed by a CPU. So if it is connected worldwide, say the company Zeus Ascor, which is the official target of ISSF. So if they have a connected network, so worldwide, anybody who is owning a Zeus Ascor target can play against each other like online gaming. It can be as simple as that. Maybe Scat, I think Scat is already doing something like this, which we can avail. But in the next time, maybe we are, and Shimon was like, discussing about it, that how to take the technology like more inclusive, so that the manual scoring and the things doesn't take place, it is automatically processed in our single computer and all. So I think it is high time for the companies also to join hand and to make contributions, so that the sport actually lives on.
Right. Yes, Joydeep, I completely agree with you because in all fields of life, really, not just in sport, in all fields of life, if you look at the way the world is progressing, online is the future.
Right.
Regardless of whether things are open or not. But as a senior shooter, and there's so many of you here who have been involved with this sport for such a long time, do you think that the ISSF is sort of leaning that way, that they are open to welcoming more technology into their sport, or is that something that discussion hasn't happened yet?
I think Coach Shaba can throw some light on this question, I would say.
Yes, there is a direction which is clearly visible. The new leadership of the IWS is really seeking to, if not the revolution, but to renew our sport. And definitely we need to use the technology what we can. The difficulty in our sport, I believe, that the human effort during the competition is not visible for the viewers. This is what we need to show. This is what we need to find a way how to do it better. And here we can use I mean the sport, our sport, we can use the technology, what Joydeep was talking about.
Also, Choba, I wanted to ask you regarding Veronica's performance today. I think she shot a score much lesser than her, what she usually shoots. 563, yes. I'm sure she might not be so happy, and I don't think so. You're also satisfied with the performance today.
Yeah, as a ex-athlete, well, all the athletes, even the best in the world, they are just human beings, not machines. And it was really not her day. We had no chance, because I was through here in the Zoom meeting. We had no chance to analyze yet, but in the coming day we're going to do that, and maybe I can answer you better later.
Right, Choba. So Sanjeev, even though you focus on 3 position, you played a fantastic final today. Is it because you competed in a competition just 10 days back?
Yeah, the last match, which was an online competition, it gave me a practice session, and I didn't have enough strength to complete 60 shots in the last match, but this time I had good strength, and I can very well I was able to finish the match with a good stability.
So does it also mean that the online shooting championships are helping shooters to get back in form?
Yes, of course. They are helping to build up the stamina, get the stamina back, and come back in form.
Okay, I had a question for Joydeep. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
I had a question for Joydeep sir. Yeah, thing is, he had talked about, small things which can affect the, course of the game, like a fan running there or the lighting conditions. So you also talked about, there could be a major server which could be, controlling a shooting championship online. So how difficult would a standardization be? Like someone's fan is there, so that if everyone gets equal treatment, like in everyone's home, that is. Wouldn't it be difficult?
Yeah, Santadeep, if you see the current situation, nothing is perfect. So as Shaba told everybody that even what we are getting now is definitely something special. We could have not done anything and sit at home only without training, like many shooters are suffering that thing right now. But then this is something which needs to be slowly developed. It cannot be done overnight, I'm sure about that. But then the server thing and the technological thing can be done.
Yeah,
I'm sure about that. But the condition I'm talking about, even I'm talking about after the lockdown, the world is going to be normal again. We need to progress in this kind of activities even after the lockdown and the physical shooting starts, because not very often, if you see the schedule, the yearly schedule of shooting worldwide, it is not enough. You'll get, like, I think 20 times more tennis than shooting. So if you want to be relevant, if you want to be there every time, like, there in the news, there with the people, then you need to have more competitions. But the logistics in these kind of events are huge. So the money ratio and the feasibility of conducting event is getting a little difficult, the logistics and all, everything. So why not these kind of competitions in the future? Thing for the physical competitions, which will be held after the lockdown scenario I'm talking about. And why not the online thing be a parallel system which runs along? I think that will give the much impetus, which will earn a lot money for the sport also, sponsors for the sport also, because it will be a spectacle, it will be visible. And then the far reach is very important thing, which is not even when you see the World Cups happening in Beijing, in Munich, in Delhi, you see hardly maybe the relatives or friends or the fellow shooters who stand behind, and few friends from media.
Quite
So
right, yeah.
this match, I would say, has got more reach than any World Cup also, because this is reaching through Facebook, this is reaching through many platforms, which we have done, I would say, almost free of cost. We have not spent anything, because we don't have the revenue to do it. But then in the future, if we think to invest, even somebody thinks to invest and to get return, this is the platform, I think.
Coach, I had a couple of questions. This is Jonathan. This is for anyone to answer. In both the last tournament that was held on last online tournament and this tournament, there have been shooters who have, like Martin, who have shot really well in qualifying. As in, it doesn't look like they have, like in a lockdown, they can't train their shooting. I think Martin shot over 630 last time, and this time it was a high 620 as well. Sanjeev's bhai, like he shot like a near world record score in the final. Of course, there were other shooters who weren't, so didn't have such great days. Why is it that some shooters are able to do so well in this, and Sanjeev especially because he doesn't take part in this as a regular tournament. So why are some shooters able to do this and others aren't? As in, could you explain this? This for Martin, Sanjeev, and Joydeep, sir. I mean, all of them.
Martin, if you can start with this.
Yes, I understand it. Not very good, but I think for me, this competition are the best training what I can get now, and so I feel very happy that I can do it. Maybe in Austria, I don't know why not shoot more from Austria this competition, but I'm not sure what we can do there. But I don't want to miss the original World Cups. So I think maybe we can bring it together. Yes, and
what I meant is that you're shooting really high scores over here. How is it that you're able to maintain that? Because a lot of shooters, especially if they don't take part in competition, the performance goes down. But your performance has been very consistently high last two tournaments. So how have you been able to manage?
Yeah, that's true. I think it's not I don't know the English, but it's not the only thing what we do for this competition is the result. The best thing for this is only the competition, not the result. I think all shooters they can start here are winners, and so I don't know why the other one cannot perform so good. But for me, I think I can bring my results that I can shoot every time, everywhere. So I'm very happy with my results, and I think it's not easy to can find the perfect lights at home. You can find the perfect everything. It's different at home. Maybe there are kids, maybe there are other things. So I don't know why the other one.
Jonathan, just to add, Jonathan, to your question, when I was contacting all the shooters around the world, I found that there were two types of shooters in this lockdown situation. One who were in training and they were already, already in the form and training, and the other ones, because of the lockdown, they had stopped their training also. So this competition has acted for many of them to get back to training. Like for example, Deepak Dubey is also here. He's Vyansh Singh Pawar's coach. He'll agree with me because once I contacted them to participate in this competition, that they did not even have a range set up. Just because of this competition, Deepak got a target from the academy and had to put it in his house. Deepak.
Yeah, Shimon. It's very true. And actually, when everything is in negative zone, and our shooters, our trainers, and our even all friends always watching TV and just this pandemic disease, and we went to the totally negative forms. So this is the good step by Shimon, and we discuss. So I simply said we don't have any things to do. We have scat, but there is no light, so we are unable to. So he said, I don't know, but I want Divyan should participate in this. So we tried 2 days and find out the situation, measure the room, and open the cupboard, fix the things, only to make him realize that everything is not shut down. If we can start practice through this at least 1 hour, 2 hours, then it's more than enough, because a positive mindset should be there for any things to restart, not only this competition, for daily day-to-day routine also. So this
that's
initiative was taken.
Yeah. So Jonathan, that's why you see some shooters shooting very high score, whereas other shooters who were not training because of lockdown, they had stopped their training because of some reason. Somebody's equipment is stuck somewhere, somebody doesn't have a target system. So you see the difference in the form right now. But I'm sure once
I
everybody
actually wasn't mentioning about Divyansh because he's actually been shooting really well, even with just 2 days of practice. So I can't even say that he's shooting bad. He shot nearly 630 last time around. He shot above around 625 this time as well. I mean, we just hold these guys to such high standard. I was just curious how some shooters are able to perform so well in like difficult situations compared to others. I was just curious about that.
I think this question should be well not answered, because this is the beauty of the sport, which keeps us guessing why and how can they do it. And if we know it, then we will not watch this sport anymore.
Yeah.
Let's keep that a secret.
But I want to ask Sanjeev as well, because Sanjeev is not even like a main event for Sanjeev, and but at the same time almost world record in final thing. तो संजीव भाई ऐसे कैसे वो ऐसे ना आपको माने आप ट्रेनिंग कर रहे थे इसके लिए या फिर how are you अब या फिर बस fresh थे या how are you able to do this?
See, for me, the air rifle is not so priority, and I have not been shooting air rifle from a long time. But to compete in the last match, which happened online, like I shot 622, and after that I practiced for 2-3 days, and I really remember what I had to do to improve my score, and that's all what it happened. And shooting with practice and without practice is a big difference. And there are few shooters who don't practice, but still they are able to maintain themselves on a higher score. But there are few shooters who don't practice, they will suddenly go down. That's the individual. It depends on the individual, I would say.
Fair enough.
I 100% agree with Sanjeev. On a serious note, Jonathan, yeah, I have faced it myself as well many times in my career, that I was training very hard, like crazy things I was doing to get result while I was not getting it. But at times, like after a break, a very stupid break maybe, I suddenly tend to shoot very high scores. Maybe there's a reset button or something like that. So there might be a positive effect to this lockdown also, because people are thinking the other way around actually, because we are so much bogged down with the schedule, with the daily schedule. I'm 100% sure about, because I can see the schedule of Mehuli and Sanjeev and every other shooters nowadays. Anish is there. These guys are crazy about training, and the competition schedule is like, they hardly get time to breathe. So this time around, I think they're forced to take some break, because even if they wanted, they couldn't. Something or the other. Maybe you're preparing for a World Cup, but at home, you need to prepare for the trials to get selected for the World Cup. So everything is like, roller coaster ride, and like it becomes a snowball effect when you really cannot handle the pressure at times. You try to feel you're bogged down by everything. But this, it was forced, induced, that you cannot do anything. So you needed that much needed break, that break from a guilt-free break, I would say, rather, that because otherwise, when you're taking a break from your training also, you're feeling that I'm cheating something. Yeah, I'm cheating myself. I'm not committed to the sport. But now here you have an excuse that the whole world is under lockdown. Nobody's training. So I can take a little break also, because I don't have my equipments also with me, as Shimon told. So I think that is a much needed break. The Indian team also needed that, and other team members also, like from the other countries also, I think needed. And it will be a refresh button for all of them, and it will be a much relieved, de-stressed period which we are going through, and I'm sure that we will pass through this and we'll be a better team when we come out of the lockdown.
Also, talking about Sanjeev's performance today in the finals, Sanjeev would agree with me. See, his pet event is 3 position, which also includes a standing position. And Sanjeev is an excellent standing position shooter. So I'm sure he's used all his standing skills in today's, performance. It's also a great
Yes,
practice
of
for his.
course. It has actually helped me as I have been shooting standing in 50-meter, and it has given some sort of experience which I have carried to 10-meter also. But I would say the 2 positions are clearly different, and one cannot mix these 2 positions because of a lot of other differences like weight of the rifle. Just because the weight of the rifle, the position becomes different, the distance between the 2 foot becomes different. Many things changes, but the level of stability is the same, which has helped me.
Absolutely, Sanjeev, and it's also
Thanks
very
so much.
Okay, Jonathan. So, anyone else? Any questions before we wind this up? Akash?
So when is the third edition of this competition going to happen?
Anish Banwale is wanting to participate in the next edition. Anish, why didn't you participate in the first one 10 days back? My question to you.
Sir, I just got the SCAT machine from last 2 days only, so that's why.
Now you're looking forward for more online competitions since you have the equipment.
Definitely, sir, definitely.
We've decided to have the online competitions very frequently during the lockdown period. And once the lockdown is over and things get normal, we will decrease the frequency, but we will continue with the events because it's a great opportunity for everyone around the world to compete with each other without traveling.
Ask a questions to our friend from media. So that's the reverse role. I want to ask you something.
Yeah, so my question to, I think we just have 2 journalists now, or Jonathan is also here, 3. So my question to the media is that would you also take the same amount of interest once the lockdown is over in online sporting events like such?
It'll be interesting to see how it progresses, because as a concept, it's very fascinating. I mean, there's obviously like with every new thing, there are certain minor issues that need to be figured out. But as a concept, it's so interesting, and it's a way to get shooting more popular among a larger group of people who might not have known of it otherwise. I mean, known of it means like we're not so familiar with how these things work. So I mean, it will be great to be part of this thing. In the weeks and months, as small minor issues get worked out, as I'm sure like federations and like national bodies will be taking interest in this as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Shimon, right now there is, of course, a certain novelty factor that's involved.
Right.
I was just saying that there's a certain novelty factor that's involved right now, which is why a lot of people are also finding it very exciting. However, having said that, once say the lockdown is over and once things go back to semi-normalcy, if we see that this becomes sort of the new normal, then absolutely, I think the interest level will remain. Because again, this is a platform where just like when live ammunition is used, just like in a World Cup or similar events, you have shooters from across the world coming and participating. Here, of course, the format is very different because here, like no one's standing next to each other. You have having to like look at different window seats to see who's shooting what. You are dependent also a lot on commentary, which you are also when you're watching, say, on television. That way, it's not very different. But if this does become sort of the new normal, then I think the interest levels will continue. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, but as someone who was observing the competition today, do you think it's just a good story because it's something very innovative, or it's also a serious sporting event to write? I mean, was it a serious?
Sure.
I mean, absolutely, yeah, totally. So, like I said, there is a novelty factor, of course, which is what will pique someone's interest immediately. But having after you've covered that, the fact that this is also a tournament which is bringing shooters from across the world together. It is not something where two people are sitting in a house and shooting against each other. It's actually an international competition. When we're calling it the International Online Championship, it is an international competition. Because you have shooters from so many, I think 10 different countries have shot together in this second. So as a serious competition, as a serious event, also it holds a lot of merit. I mean, there are teething problems with everything that's new, so you'll have to overcome them for sure.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
connectivity issues, who's using what. But after you've done that, then yeah.
Yeah, I get signed out a few times, so that's one connectivity issue that I have to figure out. I keep getting signed out for some reason.
No problem. No problem. We'll keep adding you back.
Back to the thing you pointed out, Shimon. I wanted to ask Akash, Santadeep, and Jonathan if Santadeep is there still.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah,
I'm there. Yeah.
In very similar lines, I would like to ask you and Shimon, of course, that why I should not ask Akash or Santadeep or Jonathan about what do you want exactly and what you thought that it was lacking in this event. Why don't you make for us free, of course, a suggestion box we would like to have that what do you want in this event to make it, what for you to like write about again?
For instance, you can use social media, maybe like ask all the shooters to share from their respective handles, and that brings traction to this. More people can join in on Facebook and stuff. That's one way to go about it. Also, like shooting as a sport in general, except this, I think, again, the publicity is a huge factor. I believe half of if I ask my father, to be very honest, he won't know anything about shooting, but still he'd know who a Virat Kohli is, even though he doesn't watch the sport. So there lies the major difference between cricket or any other sport in India.
Yeah, well pointed out. But then if we don't bring it to the people will never come to us. So I think there's a little bit of part to be played by the federation and the ISSF and everybody in that. But if we cannot also wait for it. They are doing the administrative work. They are actually an agent who is working with the government to deliver whatever they are told to. We cannot expect more than that from the federations also. They have their limitations as well. So these kind of effort, which like Shimon is giving, so I think these are very unique and very smart effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I never thought that this would be happening any day. Like an online shooting champion. This is very, very new. Yeah.
Yeah. So from media also, because the business also, how it sells. If you don't have the sport, sellable, it will never sell. So you have to make it a market for that. So for that, I think we need help from the media also. Like not everybody. I cannot see 35 media people in this chat room right now. We have 3. So you people have definitely given some interest to this sport, and you have found out to be these events to be interesting and potential. So you can add to it as well. This is a request from my personal purview, and I hope that you people can also contribute towards it, and so that we can make it better, bigger. Only the thing is that your suggestions will not be remunerated.
No, Joydeep, I think like any other sport, especially any other sport which is not tremendously popular within court, every stakeholder has a role to play. It is association slash federation, the national federation, the world body that's governing it, the athletes themselves, the coaches, other support staff, and of course the media and other stakeholders. Everyone has a role to play, and it's the same for a sport like shooting. More so when you have newer, innovations coming to the fore, like an online championship. So, like Santadeep said, I mean, using social media, I mean that is something both for the athletes and for the coaches. Then immediately, the scope just widens. If someone has X thousand followers or whatever on Twitter, and he or she tweets, automatically those thousands know that this is happening. So I guess those are the baby steps that need to be taken, and every stakeholder has a role to play. Which is why I'd asked that earlier question whether the ISSF has shown any sort of inclination towards
Federation we were
adopting.
talking about, like, I think in the bureaucratic environment a federation works, it is very, very difficult for them to do something revolutionary. It's only the private players who are working and making the revolution happen. It is not the bureaucratic way, which, at least in the democracy we ask, it is not going to happen. Now we are going to wait for that, and it's not never going to happen because there are limitations. Because if that structure is broken, then the law and order and everything, the discipline which is going on, like shooting, NRA is doing amazingly well to keep the shooting team intact and keep their focus only on performance, nothing else, in fact. And that's why these people are doing amazing, because they are not distracted. They don't have a lot of money. I'm being a devil's advocate right now, but then, they are not distracted. These are professional people and they are only performing. But there will be a lot of complication when a lot of money